Have you just been introduced to the term Scrum? Are you looking to learn more about it and understand what it is all about? Then you'll be pleased that you landed here. As a project management professional with decades of experience working with different project management methodologies, I thought I'd pull together a comprehensive overview, sharing all that you are going to want to know. So in today's video, we'll be covering what Scrum is, the core principles and framework of Scrum, the benefits and limitations, what projects and industries Scrum is most suitable for, how to run projects with Scrum and the tools required in order to do so, and much more along the way. So let's get started. Imagine you are preparing for a grand performance. You have talented musicians, your team, a score, your project goals, and a conductor, which is you. But instead of rigidly following every note, you adapt in real time, harmonizing as you go. That's Scrum, a dynamic, collaborative approach where flexibility meets precision to orchestrate success. So in other words, and in project management terms, Scrum is an agile project management framework that emphasizes iterative progress, collaboration, and flexibility. It allows teams to break down complex projects into manageable tasks, continuously adjust priorities, and deliver value quickly and effectively. Now, this is really important to remember. It's an important distinction to be aware of. While Agile is a project management philosophy, Scrum is a specific Agile method. Now, Scrum was developed by Ken Schwaber and Jeff Sutherland, and they document the methodology in the Scrum Guide. Now, Scrum was developed in the early 1990s to help organizations struggling with complex development projects. Now let's turn to the core principles of Scrum. So firstly, the empirical process control. So Scrum relies on transparency, inspection, and adaptation to guide decision making and improve outcomes. Another core principle is iterative development. So projects are divided into iterative cycles called sprints, which help to foster continuous improvement and feedback loops. Teams are self-organizing. Teams are empowered to make decisions and manage their work, promoting ownership and accountability. As such, there's a collaborative approach. Stakeholders actively engage throughout the process, ensuring alignment and shared understanding. Another principle is prioritization. So product backlog items, which we'll look at shortly, are prioritized based on value and feedback, which helps to optimize delivery. And another principle is adaptability. So Scrum embraces change, allowing adjustments to goals and priorities as insights emerge during the project lifecycle. Let us turn to the benefits of running a project through Scrum. There is typically faster delivery. Scrum enables rapid product releases through iterative development and frequent delivery cycles. Often, you see improved quality, so the continuous feedback loops and testing enhances product quality and ultimately user satisfaction. Scrum enables enhanced transparency, clear roles, responsibilities, and progress. The visibility of progress help to foster trust and collaboration. There's also greater flexibility. Agile practices facilitate adaptive responses to changing requirements and market conditions. This all typically results in higher customer satisfaction. So the regular updates and stakeholder involvement ensure alignment with customer needs and expectations. Every methodology has its limitations, so now let's look at those of Scrum. Firstly, there is complexity in scaling. So scaling Scrum to large teams or complex projects requires additional coordination and integration. There's also dependency management to consider. So inter-team dependencies can lead to bottlenecks and coordination challenges. You have the initial learning curve. Mastery of Scrum practices and roles may require time and training. Fixed timeframes. So sprints have fixed durations, which may not align with unpredictable project demands, and there's also a risk of scope creep. Frequent changes in priorities and requirements can lead to scope creep if not managed effectively. So with these benefits and limitations in mind, what projects and industries are best suited to Scrum? Those in dynamic requirements. Scrum is ideal for software development where requirements evolve rapidly, such as app development or website redesigns. Creative projects typically thrive with Scrum. So Scrum is well suited for creative industries like marketing campaigns or graphic design, where iterative feedback enhances creative output. Research and development. So Scrum is effective in R&D projects where experimentation and frequent adjustments are necessary, such as new product development in tech companies, as an example. And then projects or industries with cross-functional teams. So Scrum benefits projects involving diverse skill sets and perspectives, such as cross-departmental initiatives in large organizations or startups. So how do you run projects with Scrum? Well, running projects with Scrum requires the following of the Scrum framework, which outlines a set of values, principles, and practices that Scrum teams follow to deliver a product or service. The framework, at a high level, can be broken down as follows. So firstly, you have the Scrum team members who have a range of roles and responsibilities. So we have the product owner, who represents the stakeholders, defines product vision and prioritizes backlog items. We have the Scrum Master, who facilitates Scrum events, removes impediments, and ensures the team adheres to Scrum principles. And you also have the development team, which is self-organizing, cross-functional, and members are responsible for delivering increments of work. You then have the Scrum artifacts. So you have the product backlog, which is a prioritized list of all desired work maintained by the product owner. You have the sprint backlog, which is a subset of the product backlog items which are chosen for a specific sprint. They detail tasks and commitments for the team. And then you also have increment, which is a sum of completed product backlog items at the end of a sprint, potentially shippable and ready for review. Then you have Scrum ceremonies. Sprint planning, which is a collaborative session where the team plans the work to be done in the sprint. You also have the daily stand-up, which is a brief daily meeting for the team to synchronize activities and identify any impediments. There is also a sprint review, which I've not documented here, and this is a meeting at the end of the sprint to review the increment and gather feedback. So the relationship between the Scrum team members, Scrum artifacts, and Scrum ceremonies is foundational to the effectiveness of Scrum methodology. The Scrum team members, including the product owner, Scrum master, and development team, collaborate closely to manage and deliver the work defined in the Scrum artifacts. The product backlog serves as the source of prioritized requirements, feeding into the sprint backlog, which details tasks of the current sprint. The increment is the tangible result of each sprint reviewed during the sprint review ceremony, ensuring continuous improvement and alignment with stakeholder expectations. Each element supports the iterative and adaptive nature of Scrum, fostering transparency, collaboration, and responsiveness throughout the project lifecycle. So here are some tools required for the implementation of Scrum. We have the Scrum board, which visualizes tasks, backlog items, and their statuses: to do, in progress, done. Burn down chart tracks daily progress towards completing tasks within the sprint. And then there's also collaboration tools that you can use, which helps to facilitate communication and documentation. Slack is an example for team messaging, Jira for managing sprints and backlogs. In the last 10 years, 5 Scrum values were added to the Scrum guide that I think it's important that you're aware of. These values provide direction towards work, actions, and the behaviour of the Scrum team. They are considered essential to a Scrum team's success. Firstly, we have commitment. Scrum teams commit to delivering value by focusing on achievable tasks and maintaining transparent communication about progress during stand-ups. Courage. Team members are encouraged to challenge norms, embrace transparency about challenges, and innovate without fear of failure. Focus. Sprints provide a structured timeframe for teams to concentrate on completing planned work, ensuring efficiency and goal achievement. Openness. Daily stand-ups promote openness by discussing work progress, blockers, and fostering a collaborative environment where issues are addressed promptly. And lastly, there is respect. Agile teams thrive on mutual respect, celebrating each member's contributions and maintaining respectful interactions with all stakeholders, including the product owner. And that is the Scrum methodology. I hope this video is useful. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, drop them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And with that said, best of luck, and I hope you have an excellent day.